Alright guys, today I'm going to show you how you can shred almost half a second off your quarter-mile time just by reducing weight. To shred the best time off your quarter-mile time, it all starts with wheels and tires. 17-inch wheels, and I have a 28-inch tall tire. You can go a little bit bigger if you have more power, boosted or something like that. These may not be the best for boosted. I went with the ET Street R bias ply because I have a high stalk, and they are better because radials on the M&Hs couldn't grab. So I went with the bias ply ET Street R. Now, they're very light. These weigh, I think, 52 pounds, give or take. They're much lighter than the 75-pound wheels and tires that come on the Ram. Stock, daily, driven, everything. And get a couple tenths. I mean, I'll say you get at least one. I got 2 tenths out of them. And start with the rear. They're even lighter. These, I think, weigh 49, 50 pounds, and those are like 52 pounds, and they're a smaller tire. The reason these are also lighter, those are bias ply. So a radial tire may be a couple pounds heavier, 3-4 pounds of tire heavier, but you're saving a shit ton of weight, 80 pounds, if not more than 80 pounds. And I don't even know what it comes to as rotational weight, or what that comes to, but yeah. Second of all, track intake. Here's the daily setup. As you can see, it goes from the front into the piping, into the intake. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys are going to say, well, the heat off the engine's, not good for this. Yes, I know that. But this is just how it sits daily. I don't go for performance this way. I just go with, how... This is just how it is as a daily. I don't have a heat shield. No one that runs a track intake on a Ram is going to have a, most of them are set up somewhat like this. Maybe air filters over here, up, down. But they're basically like this. Go to the track. This goes in. You take the air filter off, you put the intake on, and it's a direct shot of air right into the throttle body, right into your intake manifold. Now, I got, I think, a half a tenth in warmer weather from going from a K&N cold air intake to my track intake. And, going from stock, I would have to say it's probably even more, because I'm not sure exactly what I gained from stock. I gained, I think, a little over a tenth from stock to K&N, so maybe a little bit more. I also have a shit ton of mods done to my truck, so maybe a little bit more from stock to this. Not too sure. Now, those are good starting mods to start. And these are like, this you could do cheap for yourself. Buy some piping and do it yourself. You don't need anything crazy with it, and that's a good starting point to start shredding some time off your quarter mile. Then you start with taking the tailgate off. Go underneath. There's a spare tire under there. That alone is another 100 and some pounds. Center console, that can come out. Passenger seat comes out. For me, baby seat comes out. Rear seat comes out. All that comes out. And all that is equivalent to a couple 100 pounds. Yes, it all weighs a good amount. So last time I was at the track, I weighed this truck with me in it, and it weighed, I was also on dead on gas. I was running on fumes, but it weighed 5,060 pounds with me in it, fully prepped, gutted, everything. Now for a truck that weighs almost 5,400 pounds without me in it, as a, the way it drives every day. Right now, it probably weighs 53 something, 54, close to 5,400 pounds. And I get it down to 5,060 with me. And I'm a big guy. I'm about 260 pounds. So it's about 4,800 pounds. I have not weighed it yet exactly. It's been a year since I weighed it for, as a daily driver. I could go on a scale, but I'm not going to. Last day I was at the track, I weighed it, and it weighed 5,060 pounds with me in it, and it weighed almost 5,400 pounds without me in it as a daily. As you can see, that's a lot of weight to shred. You can easily get half a second off your quarter mile time with that. Easily. I usually, from full weight to about half a second. And, if you know what you're doing, you know how to take away. And it comes out easy. It takes me an hour to fully prep this. Some guys probably take longer. I go to the track a lot, and I fully prep almost every time I go. So most guys, they're going to take a little longer. I can change out all 4 tires in under 20 minutes and rip all these seats out in about a half an hour. And that's putting everything away nice. This is including putting the tune on, setting the tires to the right size, getting everything ready. When you get to the track, you adjust your tire pressure, you put the track intake on, and yeah, you can make these trucks move very well with just a lot of weight reduction. My best pass, full weight, was 1272. I didn't get a chance to run it fully prepped in the same weather, but I would easily assume 12.2, maybe 12.3. I would easily do a 12.3 because I did a 12.5 in the heat, fully prepped, and this was in very cold weather. I did a 12.7 full weight with me in it. So fully prepped with me in it, I think easily a 12.3, possibly a 12.2. And yeah, that's how you shred some weight. That's how you can knock at least 4/10, probably a half a second off your quarter mile time, just by shredding weight of your truck. And trucks, you can shred a lot more weight on a truck than you could of a car, because you got a spare that weighs a lot, tailgate, your rear seat weighs a lot more, your passenger seat probably weighs around the same. We have center console that weighs 40 pounds or so. And wheels and tires, ours are much heavier than a car's wheels or tires to begin with. And you throw some 17s or even lightweight, anything lightweight that's going to get you rotational weight is going to be a big difference. And that's how you can shred a half a second off your quarter mile time. I have done it. I have proof on my videos. And have a good holiday. Peace.